news. A U.S. Navy destroyer shoots down 3 drones.
The USS Carney came to the defense of 3 commercial vessels under drone attack in the Red Sea. The ships are being fired on by Houthi militia based in Yemen, but backed by Iran. A Houthi spokesperson claims the attacks Israeli-linked ships, but Israel's military insists there is no connection.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Court hears arguments today over an opioid addiction settlement with Purdue Pharma, shielding its owners from future civil lawsuits.
Even though the U.S. government was okay with the bankruptcy plan under President Trump's administration, the Justice Department under President Biden is questioning the deal, which gave Sackler family members bankruptcy protection, even though they themselves haven't filed for bankruptcy.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And a very good Monday morning to you. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barris.
And it is Monday. It's the 4th of December. My goodness, 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. Today.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, well, it is what it is. Anybody done have you finished your shopping yet?
No.
Have you started?
Yes.
Oh, you started in what? January?
A while back. Yep. Yep.
Kelly, Lee, have you finished your shopping?
Just a few things left to get. That's
Well,
about it.
We've done one thing each.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah. We're changing phones.
That's right.
Mhm.
You were saying.
So
I think you made a good decision.
I think so too. So we'll talk about it in here, and we'll let you know how well it works and all that sort of good stuff. But they promise me it will work fine. So,
Well, I had no issues when I changed over with the company you're going to. None whatsoever. Other than it's half the price I was paying,
yeah.
which is good.
Well, we're going to be along those lines too, but we're
Yes.
getting 2 new phones as part of the deal. So,
Yeah.
And I'll be glad to get rid of this thing.
You're not going to have a cell phone?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I won't have this one.
Yeah, we're going to start
This-
this all over again.
I think
like,
this was a
I
beta.
can't get this to work. I can't
Yeah,
get this
I
app
think
up.
this was a beta test for Samsung, and
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
just not.
Okay.
But it's the most unfriendly phone that I've ever
What
had.
number is that?
A23.
Oh, I still have my 9. And it's still working. Don't look at
Would
it.
the S5 work too on this system? I wondered. No, it's 4G only.
I have the S9 still. It's still hanging in
Well, I
there.
had the S5 because I have still got 3 of them.
Right. Oh,
2 of them are brand new
yeah, I've still got a
because
few
I bought
in
them for
the
next to
closet.
nothing on eBay. But then all of a sudden, Verizon would not support them anymore, so I had to go to this thing.
Right.
But the good thing is, I paid $235 brand new from Samsung Direct for this thing. It's a beta testing machine,
Right.
so I got it for a good deal. But they giving me $410 trade in on it. So
Isn't that
it's even
isn't
better.
that crazy?
Whatever.
Yep.
Well, rocking weekend, I guess. We've been predicting this. U.S. warships and merchant ships in the Red Sea came under heavy drone attacks yesterday. It's a serious escalation in the maritime attacks in the Middle East linked to the Israel-Hamas war. USS Carney is a guided missile destroyer that's been shooting down drones and cruise missiles in recent weeks launched by the Iran-backed Houthi rebels, most of them in Yemen, who claim credit for Sunday's attack. Carney was in the southern Red Sea when it shot down at least 2 Houthi drones. Some are saying 3 now, heading in its direction. The drones were launched from Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen. Several commercial vessels came under fire from the Houthis, and 3 of them now, I think, were actually hit. A White House official seemed to downplay the incident, he called it, saying that the American destroyer specifically did not come under attack in the Red Sea. Apparently, several commercial ships in the area were fired upon, and the U.S. ship responded to their distress calls. Now, it did not come under direct attack, according to the White House. They're shooting at you, but we shot their stuff down before it got to us, and that's not under direct attack.
I would think it would be under direct
Y'all
attack.
need to stand out there sometime and let somebody start shooting at you. And just because you're able to duck, does that mean you're not under direct attack? Whatever. No injuries to any of the crew members on the commercial vessels, which represent multiple nations. What that means, multiple nations, it could have crews from one country. The ships are owned by another country and may have been flying flags from yet another country.
Sure.
That's the way it works.
Right.
The attacks on the commercial vessels are said to have happened over several hours on Sunday. U.S. forces in the Middle East have been attacked at least 75 times since the middle of last month. The Pentagon does not count attacks on U.S. warships at sea in this matter. 75 times ground troops have been attacked. And we're not at war?
I just really believe it's coming.
Well,
We're going to have another Beirut bombing, and it's all going to break loose.
I think this is a Beirut bombing just because they didn't get it, because our defenses are a lot better than they were in 1983.
Very true.
That's the thing.
Very true.
Yeah, we've learned a lot since then, and we've taken precautions since then.
Well, the war in Israel escalated. The ceasefire's over.
Yep, ceasefire's over, and I guess Israeli forces went in and hit 200 targets
Yes.
in 2 days.
I was watching a lot of it from time to time on YouTube because they have a lot of live feed cameras from that area. And whew, there was a lot of fire in the sky and fire on the ground.
Yeah, Hamas is they're going to be eliminated. Netanyahu made that perfectly clear again when they opened fire with shooting rockets into Israel, which I brought it into the ceasefire. So Israeli troops went after them. And there's going to be a lot of civilian casualties.
Unfortunately,
because those
that's war.
Hamas terrorists,
Right.
thugs, low-life, chicken-livered scum buckets, they hide behind civilians. They hide underneath civilians in hospitals.
Right.
They hide. They use them as human shields. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Just ignore it?
Nope. You go in and dig them out.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going to get hurt and killed.
They've got to destroy Hamas.
Yes,
They've got
they have.
to. They have no choice.
We got a couple of interesting guests coming in today.
Yes, we do.
From the Peers Group. Got Dondria Leach.
She's the director.
She's the director. She's going to be in here. What are they doing for Christmas?
Yes, and
And-
she's got some other news she's going to tell us about and share with us.
So
That's
they've
good.
got some upcoming in January.
Yes.
And then we've got a gentleman that I met. I don't know. It's been probably 8 years ago now, something like that, 8 or 9 years ago. He's a retired FBI agent,
Mhm.
survivor of the Tet offenses in Vietnam, an author. What else can you say about him? He's written a number of books, and
Yeah.
he's produced what I consider to be a wonderful documentary.
Oh, yes. Yes. That
so
was good.
He may have some more information about that coming up today, but he told me, and he called me Saturday morning, see when we had some availability. So we made some availabilities.
That's right.
So he'll be in here at about
And
7:40.
his stories are always so good to listen
Oh yeah,
to.
yeah.
And he wrote 3 books, The Dirty Boys, The Near Enemy, and The Comey Gang. And all 3 books are great.
Don't forget the Gunny.
The Gunny, that's right.
So we got that as well.
Right.
So he's I don't has he got any more than that? But anyway,
I thought
Dirty
there was
Boys.
another one.
Yeah, I thought there is too. But
I think
anyway,
there's a new one out, right?
Dirty Boys is one that first one I read of
Yeah,
his, and
read that
I
one.
like sat there. I thought it was a factual story with
Mhm.
lots of drama in it
Mhm.
about the FBI, days
Correct.
with the FBI.
Yeah.
Not any one particular operation, but a compilation of different events and situations, all boiled down to one. But it had enough comedy in it, just like it is in law enforcement, as your
That's-
husband will tell you.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there is so much humor behind the scenes. The grand entrance.
Delayed reaction.
But anyway, we'll hear from him. It's about 7:45 this morning. Find out what he's got on his mind and what he's got up his sleeve is more than likely what the case will be.
It's always a good time when he comes in.
Yep.
So,
It
yeah.
certainly is.
John
We've had-
Legato.
We've had a lot of people. I've had a lot of people mention to me that they really enjoy it when he comes in.
Oh
Those
yeah,
stories.
I get those all the time.
Yes.
So get yourselves a couple of cups of coffee for 7:45. You might need them.
He was saying I met him back in 2015 also, and he's a good person.
Yep.
I really enjoy him.
Interesting guy. And for your information, he worked deep cover. Now, Robin's been undercover. I've done some undercover work, but Robin did a lot more than I did.
Mhm.
And Legato spent either 7 or 8 years in deep cover. Never went to the FBI headquarters,
Mhm.
which he said was a blessing. But
He infiltrated the mafia,
Yeah, he
right?
infiltrated-
Yes.
infiltrated the
he
mafia.
did.
Yes.
Now, the FBI in those days, they actually set him up to work as a owner of a strip club in Cleveland. That's what he had.
Yeah.
And that's where the mobsters were hanging out all the time, including a lot of dirty cops.
It's hard work.
And yeah, so anyway, he's got about 1,000,002 stories about those days, and I've heard a few of them. Okay, why don't we go ahead and take a break? Coming up again at just a few minutes right after weather. We're going to take an early weather, and then we're going to talk with Tandria in here from Piers and see what she's got on her mind. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME, your Christmas classic station, and we'll be right back.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay, first turn the music off, then ask for everyone's attention. Now, tell them that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Boom! Now everyone knows you're not just a pretty face. You have some brains inside that face that know how to save hundreds on home insurance. Woo!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Modern Exterminating 627 College Street, Jacksonville has proudly been serving the pest control needs of Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952. That's 70 years of protecting the health and property of our citizens from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, and all other pests. Modern Exterminating offers inspection without obligation. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating takes this opportunity to thank those who serve and allowing us to handle all your pest control needs. If what they use don't zap them, they'll trap them. And if you're not satisfied, they'll step on them. The bug stops here. Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952. Call today, 910-455-5122. That's 910-455-5122 for Modern Exterminating.
Coastal Bank and Trust thanks you for allowing us the privilege of handling all your banking needs, including personal and commercial loans to mortgage services. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Coastal Bank and Trust truly is a community bank dedicated to those we serve and is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and looks forward to meeting you. Thank you for voting us the best of the best 5 years in a row. FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams. If you have a project that requires ready-mix concrete, whether a driveway, patio, livestock housing, outdoor kitchen, or something special for the holidays, Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulaville can handle the job. Large or small, Mixed Masters Concrete offers residential, commercial, and agricultural contract work with professional service and fast delivery. Owner Scott Thigpen provides free estimates, and Mixed Masters Concrete will deliver on Saturdays. In addition to expert concrete service, KPT Masonry does complete concrete finishing. So, for ready-mix concrete and professional concrete finishing, phone 910-298-6153. Mixed Masters Concrete and KPT Masonry of Beulaville. Proud to be part of the continuing growth of Eastern North Carolina, and thanks all our military families and all that serve.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Tideline Marine is closed today, as they are every Monday, but the Tideline team will be back at work tomorrow. Plan on stopping in to check out the deals, the brand new deals they've got on some of those beautiful boats, and on all of the fishing tackle that could make perfect stocking stuffers for anglers on your shopping list. Don't forget, there's a gift store upstairs at Tideline, and everything is going at special prices. A gentle reminder, if you have a Mercruiser inboard-outboard motor, winter can create havoc for those motors if they're not properly winterized. If you want to give it a whirl yourself, you can find antifreeze made for boats and RVs down at Tideline. If your own motor or boat trailer is causing you just too much grief, it might be time to get a replacement. Check with George or Todd to see what they have in stock. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Offshore today, northwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, becoming westerly 15 to 20 in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop, becoming choppy this afternoon. Tomorrow, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming northeasterly around 5 knots in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to flat in the afternoon tomorrow. Wednesday, northwesterly winds kicking up 15 to 20 with gusts to 25, increasing to 20 to 25 with gusts to 35 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Adjacent sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon.
Today, mostly cloudy, then becoming sunny. That's kind of a weird statement. A high of 68. Tonight, clear, low of 40. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 61. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 37. And on Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of 53, but gusty on Wednesday, 20-mile-an-hour gusts.
I think I'll go out looking for some firewood.
Yeah, yes, because
for Wednesday night,
29, nippy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, my garden finally gave up the ghosts. What we had left of it after that freeze
frost
last
got
week.
to it.
Yeah. Frost.
It's my headphones.
I wonder if those things ever work.
They work wonderful. Yeah.
On your knees.
They
take a beating.
They do. Yeah.
All right, in the studio with us from the Peers Group, the director for the organization, we have Tandria Leach. Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for
We
having me,
always love
guys.
having Tandria.
Yeah, are you ready for Christmas?
As ready as I'm going to get, I think.
You do all your shopping early?
It's already done. I just have to wrap.
That's the worst part right
It
there.
is the worst.
I love wrapping.
I
Bags.
try to gotten better about wrapping as I
With
go.
a stapler.
Wrapping is the worst. So
Bags
time
and a
consuming.
stapler.
I love
Yeah, that's what
wrapping.
my grandmother used to do. She got paper bags,
Yeah.
like regular paper bags from the grocery store.
Right.
Save them all year long. She put everything in there and staple it. Put your name, write your name on it outside.
I need to
that's
do
pretty
that for our
cool.
Cherish the Child mystery gift. That's what I'm going to do.
That's a
next
good
year.
idea.
Works
Yes.
good. Works good. Anyway, what's going on down at Piers?
So we're winding down our year.
Mhm.
We're finishing up on our parenting classes. We do have like a Darkness to Light class coming up.
A darkness to light class.
Yeah, it's a sexual abuse prevention education class for adults, and just trying to get the word out there to parents, as much as they can to understand what could be going on with your children.
Yeah,
and
even
seeking
when they're,
help.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, within sometimes within the family.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate, but
Yes.
it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what have you got coming up next year? I know you've got plans already.
I know what they got coming up. Say it.
I do
I'm
too.
excited.
We've been
The
waiting.
6th annual masquerade ball.
Goodness
Yes.
gracious.
Oh my goodness!
I love
I
this.
can't believe it's already been 6 years.
I know.
But I absolutely love this fundraiser.
I've already got my mask on.
No, you have to wear a mask.
I am wearing a mask.
No, you
Okay,
have to-
Tonto, settle down.
Yeah, you
I
need to
think
get
so.
I
Oh.
brought him
a
a
mask.
mask.
Yeah.
I should have brought him
Yeah.
some.
Well, I've got a mask.
I've got several.
a raid mask.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it. My husband uses a red, white, and blue
Uh-huh.
patriotic one,
Uh-huh.
but every year I try to change my mask up.
I do too.
One year I've even had the mask painted onto my face, which was really cool.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
yeah, it was really cool.
Hmm.
But when everybody unmasked, mine was still on, so that didn't work out so great in the end. But it's okay. But it is a fun time for people to come together after the holidays, at the rigmarole, all the things that are going on, and you just want to have a relaxing time. And this is a great time to come out, support peers, but also have fun. We have a live band. Freeway is playing. We have, and our little fundraiser is a little bit different than most fundraisers that you might go to because we don't do silent auctions at this one.
No, they do not.
We do not. We play games.
Yep.
And every year my husband comes up with new games that we do. And we have a photo mirror out there, and everything that you're doing and you're purchasing the Pierce dollars to play the games, you're winning little tickets to go into a raffle. So there's 15 wonderful prizes, all valued over $200 each.
Wow.
And you could win anything from jewelry to a grill to an outdoor heat lamp. I mean, it could be anything and everything, and it's just really fun time to come out and support.
And let me say, a lot of these games, or they even have in the past, they've had like roulette. Y'all had the what was that one last year? That was last year before that. My daughters and I got in a contest over. They have that hole punchy thing. That my one daughter,
punchy
yes,
thing?
you punch out a thing and you get a ticket.
Yeah, my husband calls it punch out child abuse.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Gotcha.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. The mini golf was tough.
It was. So
Well,
mini
it didn't-
golf has gone away.
Okay, because that was
So we
like,
had
whew, it was
a
tough.
thank you all last year that will come back, and it has thank you envelopes, and we put gift cards or tickets inside the card, and every card has a special message for people who are attending Masquerade Ball.
Nice.
But it's a really cool game as well. And this year we're having a knife pull.
Ooh, I
It's
love
a
that.
Pierce knives with child abuse blue on them, and they have special tickets that'll go in a separate drawing for a handgun.
I'm there. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband thought, oh, that would be a great one.
Sounds
and
like
so
some great
we won't have the
prizes.
handgun on site because they will have to go and pick it up and do their background
Right.
checks and things of that nature
Mhm.
to make it legal.
Mhm.
But we are excited.
I mean,
Sounds exciting.
I love the Pierce Masquerade. You get to dress up, and people dress up like
Mhm.
it's like long dress for women.
I already have one.
And I try to match my dress to my mask.
Mine
usually,
matches perfectly.
it is
That's awesome.
so much fun. Love it. Yeah,
I mean, and guys come from anywhere from jeans and a vest all the way to tuxedos.
I've seen all of it.
You know,
yeah.
and
yeah.
women come from their Sunday best all the way to ball gowns.
Yeah.
So it's what you feel comfortable in, and it's just a really good time to network, talk to other people, have fun. Yeah, it's a great
so
time.
much fun. I recommend everybody get.
I never
tickets.
sit down the whole
No.
time.
What's the date again?
It is January 20th at 6 o'clock at the Swansboro Rotary. which is a really nice building, and it's just big enough for us because we don't sell but 200 tickets. That's it. No more than 200 tickets are sold.
And what's the food?
The food will be from Texas Roadhouse. It'll be chicken and steak. You also have salads and homemade cheese balls on every table. But the sponsorship tables are getting something special this year. The sponsorship tables have stemless champagne flutes with the Piers logo, as well as a charcuterie board made by Pam Paget. And of course, they'll have a bottle of champagne and a homemade cheese ball on their tables as well. So they're just getting it'll be a little bit different this year for them.
Okay.
Tickets?
The tickets are $55 a piece or $400 for a whole table. And we did send you the sponsorship. So if anybody is wanting to do sponsorships, there are different levels of sponsorships as well. But the table, you get $40 off if you buy a table of 8.
Okay.
So as long as you don't go through like Eventbrite, you call us, we do your tickets, you get $40 off for the whole table of 8.
Yeah. My office does a table over here. Just reminded me we got to do it. So yeah. We were talking about this actually last week. They asked, "Have we got the table yet?" I said, "No, I got to do that."
Yeah.
I forgot to call you.
How many people from your office?
I will let you know if I can. We may have a spot for you.
Okay,
Come on,
good.
you can be a worker.
There you go.
Yeah, you come work with us. Well, technically, you helped us judge, so technically you are.
There you go.
Yes. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you never know who you're going to run into at the masquerade ball. So it's a great time.
Yeah.
What is up with you?
Love it.
Will you be able to identify?
Sometimes if you know the person, like
Yeah,
some people literally by the way they walk, I can go, oh my, because some people will literally alter their appearance. I don't think they're doing it to try to be funny. Like, let's say a woman has her hair up or a guy sometimes will have a hat on, just different things. But some people I've actually been able to tell by the way they walked. I'm like,
But I have to
that
look
so-and-so.
and I have to talk to them for a minute just to hear their voice before I knew who they are.
Yeah.
But that's the fun of it.
Yes. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Some people will take their mask off and then put it back on, while
so
they're
you've-
talking or something.
You've got to guess who's behind the mask?
Sometimes.
I may
if
have
you
to
wanna
change my
know.
hair color.
Yeah.
She's
Again?
going to wear a wig so
Again.
we don't know who
that's
she
a good
is.
idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, Kelly, we're going to have to
Yeah,
wig
we're
up
gonna get some
everything.
wigs.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what his is.
Yeah.
Back from your days of undercover
Yeah.
in the dark, deep world when you had the long hair.
I didn't have the long hair.
You did. You showed me a picture. You
That
had long
was just
hair.
a long beard and stuff.
Oh, that's right. It was the beard.
Robin had the long
Oh, you still had hair. Oh,
He was
Robin had the
undercover.
long hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to see a
Oh,
picture.
Oh,
you
we
would
could
never
dress him
know.
up good. Nobody would know who he was.
Yeah. He looked like he was undercover narcotics and he looked like a drug deal. Like you
Mhm.
would have never known. That's what they used to say. We never
Oh, my
knew.
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
had
need to
people
see
that,
those
that
pictures.
knew me that did not know me when I was right up next to them.
Mm-hmm.
That was scary. My aunt would not let me in the house one night when I came to pick up my daughter because she could see me through the window.
That's hilarious. I love
She
it.
could not, she wouldn't open the door.
I don't think anybody's dressed up that great yet. So
No.
I haven't.
That's a challenge.
That is
A challenge for someone to dress up where
Kelly
no
will be-
one would.
Kelly
You're
will meet the challenge.
you're
Yeah. Leah and I
completely
don't
out
know
of your
wigs.
normal element. And they
Yes.
only knew me on my normal
Well,
element.
let's go to Amazon, find a
I know.
wig.
They got plenty of them on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piers, tell people what Piers does in terms besides just in general.
Well, the PEERS acronym stands for Parenting, Education, Empathy, Rapport, and Support. So we do all services free to anyone or for anyone in Onslow County. We have a free child care program. We have a free adolescent parenting program for teen moms and dads, trying to keep them in high school, get their education done while preventing a second adolescent pregnancy. And we have parenting education, and we have like 15 different curriculums that we teach. So whether it be in a class or like at nighttime or during the day, if we have to do a one-on-one for special needs, we can do that as well. We also have an outreach. So we have a diaper bank partnership with North Carolina Diaper Bank, where on Wednesdays we give out diapers and wipes. And usually we run out within the first week of the month.
Wow.
I mean, we give away for 100 children every month diapers and wipes.
Wow.
And then we have pack and plays and car seats for professionals who know parents who are in need. The professionals can pick them up. The car seat installs have to be done educating the parents and we take away the old unused car seat or not legal anymore car seats and tear those up so that the children can have safe car seats. We also have formula. So we're giving away everything that we get in. People donate to us all the time. If we get items, we put it on our social media and we get it back out there to the community. So for the people who are needing it.
So if you're in need of something, go to Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Go
See
to
our Facebook.
for Onslow Peers.
Yes. We're currently right now, if they go on our Facebook, they'll see the 12 days of giving for peers, because end of year is a great time for people or businesses to give to nonprofits for their tax brackets and things like that. Please feel free to give to peers. We have every day for 12 days, you'll have a different tidbit of information about peers, what we're doing and how it's affecting people in Onslow County with our QR code there.
And I've referred some parents over there that have really stated to me they've learned a lot from the parenting classes.
Yeah.
From
So,
everything
which is a
about
good thing.
how to change diapers.
No,
I
this
mean,
is-
For
we
newborns?
can. So we do have a very basic baby care class where we've actually had to teach parents, how do you make a bottle? How do you change a diaper?
Right.
How do you put clothes on your child without harming your child? How do you hold your child? We have taught from that very basic all the way up to very complex about emotional coaching, academic coaching. So it ranges what we're teaching, but we teach any parent, even if you have a child that's 17 and you still need help, you just want a booster on how do you get through and cope with teaching a teenager through life. We do that as well.
They do have that. I know, and there a lot of their parent classes are like by age groups. So, you know, you may have a toddler parent class and then like an elementary age parent class and, middle school, which is a very difficult time for kids and parents, and then a high school parent class. So it covers a wide spectrum of familyhood, basically.
Yeah, in January, I'll have my Stepping Stones, which is Triple P, the Positive Parenting Program for parents who have children of special needs, that I will be doing that class with them.
Cool.
It's just a really unique situation that parents can come together and they know they're going through the same thing. And so they know they're not alone. And they're learning the skills that
That's
they can
cool.
incorporate.
That's cool.
I got to talk to you off the air about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. What else we got going? You've got your next year is pretty well set up.
So next year, we're doing our masquerade ball. We
Mhm.
start our parenting classes the second week of January. Our Adolescent Parenting is ongoing. I will say Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina has just confirmed that we will be getting the partnership with the North Carolina Diaper Bank. They're going to fund us for
Nice.
another year, which is really wonderful.
Good.
Because writing grants for that has been difficult. Apparently, people don't see the value of the diapers, but Blue Cross and Blue Shield does, and so we greatly appreciate Logan and the team at Blue Cross with working with the North Carolina Diaper Bank for us to continue that service
Good.
in Onslow County.
That's a huge necessity. It blows
It
my mind
is.
that people don't see that as an issue. Like and diapers are expensive.
Expensive as can be.
And when you have someone that can't afford diapers,
Mhm.
that becomes very challenging.
And people think it's just civilians that are coming to Piers. It's
Mm-mm.
not. Military families come to Piers as well. And we help everyone in Onslow County. So, yeah, there's a great need for it. And so we're here.
Well, I'm glad you are.
Now, Piers has been part of Onslow County for what, like 45 years now?
It's over 45 years. We were started in June of 1977.
Wow.
So we're going to have to come up with some type of big program for our 50 year. But yeah.
50-year anniversary party.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So we're,
Make it the whole year.
oh, we should.
That would be amazing.
We should do
Yeah.
something every
Just
month.
just
or
a
something.
different something different every month.
Yeah, we'll have to start planning that now.
You can make it kind of
Oh, yeah.
seasonal for that entire year.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And I do want to say, for people who don't know what our Masquerade Ball funds, our Masquerade Ball fund, it helps funds our parenting education, our adolescent parenting, and our outreach. So the money can be dispersed throughout. peers, and it really is valuable to each and every one of those services. They get a little bit of extra stuff just because we're able to do this fundraising.
And I want to say a not so good statistic in Onslow County is we have one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the state. Are we at 1 or 2 now? We used to flip flop between 1 and 2.
We're still flip flopping between 1 and 2.
Okay. And that's not a good position to be in, but
Correct.
just the Peers Adolescent Parenting Program, I've been over there and seen them in action. They do an amazing job with these teen parents.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of even young teens. It's very heartbreaking.
Well, some people already know. I was a teen parent, and I did not have the services like this. And it really touches my heart because to come here, you can go through the Peers program with the incentive points and never have to buy diapers or wipes for your child.
Yeah.
Because you are doing the program, you're working the program with your worker. You're doing home visits, you're doing group connections, you're doing all your doctor appointments for yourself and your child. You would never have to spend money on diapers and wipes if you did this program.
Now, when you speak of teens, are you talking about up through including age 19?
All the way up till the day before their 20th birthday.
Okay, so a lot of these may be military wives.
They could be, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. But even if you're married, you could be a part of the adolescent parenting program as long as you're a part of the school program.
Okay.
So, yeah, our youngest.
Tanya, we do appreciate it. Appreciate
you
you
for
coming
having
in.
me.
It's great to have you on board anytime.
Heck yeah.
And we'll get you on board again sometime after the first of the year when we
Okay.
want to talk again about that little ball coming up.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Thank
And what's
you,
the
guys.
cutoff for the tickets?
It's usually about a week before.
Okay.
We usually run out of the tickets.
But you go into your website, et cetera, and go ahead and
Yep.
purchase
Just
tickets.
call us. Me or Sam will help you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. I've got
Thank you,
all your
Tanya.
information.
Thank
on
you,
here.
guys. We appreciate you.
Let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, your Christmas classic station. We'll be right back.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986.
Down East is your local Bryant factory authorized dealer. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes to keep you warm.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Ready or not, the holidays are here and your calendar is crowded. So if and when your heating system goes out, Down East and Bryant is ready to do whatever it takes to make your home warm again. Because your friends and relatives are arriving any minute. Just call Down East at 910-346-4311.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less down the street on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Whole top sirloin, just $5.99 a pound. Whole bottom round, $3.79 a pound. Beef short ribs, $5.99 a pound. 10 pounds or more fresh ground chuck, just $2.99 a pound. Whole fresh picnics, $1.49 a pound. How about baby back pork ribs, just $2.79 a pound? And you get a 10-pound bag of fryer leg quarters that will be 39 cents a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Urban Produce, California navel oranges, just 79 cents each. California lemons, 59 cents each. Haas avocados, 99 cents each. Western Honeycrisp apples, just $1.99 a pound. How about a 5-pound bag of Yukon Gold potatoes, just $3.99. Jumbo yellow onions, just 99 cents a pound. And a 6-ounce package of raspberries or blackberries is only $2.99. And you get 3 12-packs of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $14. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less over on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. And remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back and calling in there. The last minute there was one, the only Bill. Hey, Bill, how are you?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I had a question, I guess, for the for Piers there too. Was do they get where they were talking about diapers and formula being handed out? Do they need Desitin and other stuff to prevent like diaper rash?
Yes.
I'm sure that they do.
Yes, they could always use that. Absolutely. Yes.
Because I've seen some pretty bad cases of that, in the past where people just thought it would go away and it doesn't. And that's always good at preventing that. And then another question was that North Carolina's Cooperative Extension Service had a lot of products that were like petroleum kind of products that were for babies, different kinds of like oils, etc. They were vegetable oil based rather than petroleum oil based. And like a lot of the baby oils are all mineral oils and poisonous, and where kids are always licking their fingers and touching themselves all over where you put baby oil, that they had products that were non-toxic that were available. I hadn't seen them except they had them on tables, etc. And I don't know if they connect with Piers.
I don't know either, but I know Piers has got a group of experts there that they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I just figured that those were a couple more things available too. So for preventing.
All right, Bill, we got a guest here in the studio.
Anyway,
yes. Thank you.
Bye now.
All right, bye-bye.
Just my phone. I'm running out of room over here.
Thing here this morning. John Holt.
The 21st of February and the 19th of February. They come back and say the dates overlapped. And but the valor he did, he ran into a building. He was in close quarter combat. He pulled out wounded, and then he got shot through the neck, and he remained a quadriplegic the rest of his life from that moment. Now, I'm not saying he should get a valor award for getting shot, but we had. Oh, and then they said there was only one eyewitness statement. You need two. We had to. We submitted two. And they just said, you don't. So, okay. So now we're frustrated, right? So what do? We went for FOIA. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with FOIA?
Oh, yes.
Oh, very much so.
You will not get anything. So they sent back about 200 pages. Of 150 were blank, black ink. And they sent back a bunch of paperwork that we sent them. They just sent it back to us. And then there was about 10 pages that had little sentences or something like that. And one of those is the key to this, and I can't discuss it today, but I'll get back to that. How do you decide on Valor Awards? The criteria is fluid. And I'll give you a great example. Most people that jump on a grenade get the Medal of Honor. A woman called me up. She was an attorney from Philadelphia. And she said, my father was a Marine and jumped on a grenade in Vietnam and got a Navy Cross. The problem was he didn't get the Medal of Honor. He lived. He didn't die.
Oh
my.
For heaven's sakes.
Wow.
The act of jumping on the grenade was not good enough. I mean, look, you have no idea if you're listening out there and you're in the military, and some of you are, you have no idea how bad the Valor Award system at the Department of Navy. Okay, so we had two congressional reps demand, that they didn't answer them. Like Congressman Murphy, sent one in, and he had a 4-page analysis of all the mistakes. He had it hand delivered, his letter, to the Secretary of Navy, Del Toro. He got a 2-sentence reply. This has gone to the Navy Board of Correction. So let's get back to the process. You have a board. The board makes a decision. You don't like the decision, which is not uncommon. Nobody's going to like if their Valor Award is not approved. But you cannot appeal back to that original board. I have a letter that's saying, unless you have material errors. What we did, and they came back and said, you have no material errors. So, okay, so there's one option for you, and only one. It's called the Navy Board of Correction. And it's supposed to be an independent, separate board that meets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I will give you the name of the guy that's the president of all Valor Awards for the Navy, James Nearly. So we appealed to the Navy Board of Correction, and their job is to correct errors and injustices. So we appealed, and they rejected everything. But what we did is we got back through FOIA, we did get some stuff back that James Nearly wrote an unofficial note to another bureaucrat. And he said, we don't think these people deserve any awards. We're not recommending. He put in like paragraph after paragraph why he didn't want these guys to get an award. The Navy Board's official rejection letter included words similar and identical to the James Nearly's unofficial note to a friend. So they were supposed to be independent. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand.
What has James Nearly even done?
You know what? James Nearly even gets back to Doris Miller, who was a World War II veteran, won the Navy Cross, African-American on the USS West Virginia. He actually influenced his upgrade to the Medal of Honor, which Doris Miller didn't get. But that's another story. Where was I?
Let's go ahead and take this break, do Fox News, and we'll regather here. You need to be tuning in and call your friends and have them tune in. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSMA, your Christmas classic station.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Israeli military expands its ground offensive to all of Gaza and orders mass evacuations in southern Gaza where civilians had been told to go.
Israeli forces are ramping up their airstrikes. They say they targeted 200 different sites overnight, bringing the total number of strikes against Gaza since this war began 59 days ago to more than 10,000.
Fox's Trey Yates. A U.S. Navy warship in the Red Sea shoots down 3 drones launched by Iran-backed fighters in Yemen during an attack on ships in the Red Sea.
Houthi rebels claim their drones were firing at commercial ships that are linked to Israel. U.S. officials say Iranian proxy groups launched 4 attacks on 3 different ships. They say the attacks are a direct threat to international commerce and security.
Fox's Anita Vogel, a defense official, also tells Fox a U.S. drone strike killed 5 Iranian-backed fighters in Iraq. We're planning an attack on U.S. troops. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Our guest in the studio, Marine from Vietnam era, a hero himself. I don't care whether he wants to think it or not, but he is.
He is.
And with the Bureau, with the FBI. And my book is just all around great citizen, all the way around, John Legato. And he's telling us a story that is not unbelievable, but unacceptable.
Yeah, and speaking of unbelievable, during the 13 years to get Gunny Canley's Medal of Honor, I'll give you one example, and people again are going to say, nah. Well, first of all, one time it got on the wrong desk for 1.5 years. But another time I get a call from a captain, and he said, sir, he says, I don't judge valor. He says, I have a checklist. And he said, my only job is to make sure your packet's complete before I can forward it. I don't judge the Valor, but I have to check on my checklist. And he said, you have 11 missing signatures on your endorsement page, which the endorsement page is everybody in the chain of command had to endorse what the eyewitnesses said. They didn't see the Valor, but they're just endorsing it. So in 1968, this was in 2017, 11 were dead. So I put date of birth, date of death. The two people alive were Ray Smith and Gordon Batchelor. They signed. So I said, no, I got all the signatures are there. And he said, no, sir, you have 11 missing signatures. And this went around for a while. And I said, you do know they're dead. And he said, yes, sir, I do. But I can't check that box because it says you must have a signature for. Now,
You got to be kidding.
I wish I was listening. No. All right. So get back to I don't even know where we go, but where were we?
You're talking about the 6 individuals that they just nonchalantly, or whatever it sounds to be, like total nonchalantly, just rejected their packets.
Yeah,
for Valor.
Yeah, they just rejected. So we appealed to the Navy Board of Correction.
Mm-hmm.
So the Navy Board of Correction, and I think I had mentioned that we had a letter, and they used the same language in an unofficial letter. But here's the thing with the Navy Board of Correction. They're supposed to be independent. We have a letter from James Nearly to the Navy, official letter to the Navy Board of Correction before the Navy Board of Correction meets. Now, James Nearly is the president of all Valor Awards for the Navy. And in the letter, it said, Nick, he's writing a letter to the head of the Navy Board, who's his friend, I think Anthony Nicosta. He said, hey, Nick, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's pretty accurate. These 6 awards, we highly recommend, italics, underline, bold, that you reject all relief to these petitioners. Now, the Navy Board of Correction hadn't met yet. Guess who? Okay, so the Navy Board of Correction rejected everything. And guess who they sent it back to for approval?
Him.
So if he rejected them and he told them he wanted them to reject them, he's their boss. And so if they didn't, say they said, okay, we're giving them silver stars, their only recommendation, so it goes back to Nearly, he would have to overrule himself. You get how bad this? He's not going to overrule himself. He already said in writing. So the Navy Board of Correction is a sham. You are a sham. You are not independent. You are not unbiased. But that is your only 2 avenues for appealing a Valor Award. But it's only one. James Nearly controls
both
and controls everything. And what Nearly says, and this is funny too, he says, I don't make decisions. I only make recommendations to the Secretary of the Navy. Well, there was like 300 pages. Do you think the Secretary of the Navy read all 300 pages?
No.
So what did he do? Nearly goes up to him and says, here's my recommendation.
Well, I guess what I want to know is what makes him qualified to make these quote recommendations? What are his qualifications?
He's a bureaucrat.
Yeah, that's obvious.
He's
But
okay.
what outstanding has he done? Has he?
He was a Marine.
What did he do as a Marine? What rank was he?
He was a colonel.
Okay.
But
There's a lot of colonels.
You're right.
So what did he do that makes him better than anybody else?
Nothing.
So how did he get the job?
Yeah.
Come on.
So is this some guy with I feel the need to be somebody complex, and I'm going to demean or degrade anybody that did more than I did because I didn't do anything in my career?
Bingo.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it's bingo. You know, he rejected, and I'd have to explain who Doris Miller is, but he was aboard the USS West Virginia at Pearl Harbor, and he's a mess man. He was polishing officers' shoes when the Japanese hit, and he went up to the bridge. He pulled his captain out. He pulled a bunch of people out.
I remember the story.
Do you remember this story?
Yes, absolutely.
And the captain he pulled him, and then he went up onto the deck, and a Navy gunner was killed. He mans the gun position. He had never fired a gun. They would not let African Americans fire weapons. And he knocked down at least 2 Japanese planes. And they described him as a Negro mess man, where everybody else, they had their name. Guess what the captain got? Now the captain was in the bridge, and the boat was docked. They were all docked.
Yeah.
He gets hit with shrapnel. Doris Miller pulls him out, and the captain got the Medal of Honor. So
for what?
For I
For
read
being the captain.
I read that you're close. I read the citation. You know what it said? For remaining in the bridge during the attack. He wasn't going anywhere. He was bleeding until. So I mean,
see, that's crap.
Listen, I have paperwork for all this, so I'm not. So they had medals, and so he didn't get any. And finally, somebody identified him as Doris Miller, and he got the Navy Cross. All right, fast forward. I think it's 2015. The president, I forget which one, ordered a review of all African Americans who got the second highest award for a look at the Medal of Honor. I found an article written in 2015 from, I can't remember the magazine, but it was a group. Guess who wouldn't even submit Doris Miller up for consideration for the Medal of Honor?
That's 3 guesses.
James Nearly.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to do
Really?
it. I'll tell you the article. You can. I'll get it in a bit.
Yes.
Where do we go? I mean, we ask simple things in FOIA. Okay, FOIA was rejected. So we ask simple things like, what criteria did you use? Did the Marine Corps, what were the Marine Corps' recommendations to the Navy? They wouldn't answer any under 2 federal statutes. And I don't know if you're ready for this one. They said, we can't tell you anything about this board because personal privacy. And what they said was people would be angry at the people on the board and do something to them. That's personal privacy. That was their intent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
So we said, redact their names. They said, no. Now, the second thing they rejected it on is that if you change the award, if we give you information that is embarrassing, they didn't say this, but this is extrapolating, and we change the award, this will affect every board in the future. It will affect their decision making. They'll be more inclined to grant the award or something. You have to read it.
By the time it gets to that level, this is like appearing before the Supreme Court, okay? By the time it gets to their level, that case should already be decided for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've got witnesses, you've got paperwork.
Let me give you 2 other gems. 2 other gems. One, 2 Marines, actually a Marine and a corpsman. Our company commander was seriously wounded going in, and he went on the road, Highway 1, to pull out a wounded guy. It was shot through the femur. He was shot awful. A Marine and a corpsman run out and pull the captain out. And one of the Marines gets wounded during the evacuation. So Captain Batcher got a Navy Cross. The 2 Marines got Bronze Stars. And they said, and the point that Gunny Canley was making is, you had 3 people do the exact same thing at the exact same time under the exact conditions. And how did you get disparaging, awards and Navy Cross to? And they said, you can never compare acts of valor. And we said it, or at the same time, it was the same time, same place, same conditions. And they said the enlisted guys deserve Bronze Stars.
Yeah, rank.
Don't even get into that.
Yeah.
Then they came back and said, you don't have enough sample. We sent in, to prove a point, we sent in like 7 or 8 documents. And so we sent back 150 and said, you want 150 more? Yeah, but they won't answer. They will not answer any of that. They won't answer the factual stuff we're sending them. So we don't know what to do. If anybody out there is listening, I don't know what, we're at an impasse. And I haven't even told you about the smoking gun. I mean, this stuff is just frustrating, but we have evidence of, I don't know what you want to call it, undue influence at the very least, and unethical behavior. We have that, a document.
So nearly is overall, but he makes a decision, or a group under him makes a decision, then he makes a recommendation to the Supreme Commanders, the Navy Board, and he tells them, don't do it. Then it has to come back to him, and he approves it. Don't do it. Then he takes it to Secretary of the Navy.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That's not right.
No kidding. I'm screaming that's not right. The people, like, I guarantee you there are people listening to this radio right now that have 100 people have 100 stories similar to this. They don't know how the process works. Basically, once Valor Awards get submitted, it's a one-horse show. Nearly controls it from the very beginning and the appeal to the very end. And so this Navy Board of Correction, right? Here's another thing that you won't believe. We suspect that the Navy Board of Correction changes very few Valor Awards. So Congressman Murphy's meeting with the Assistant Secretary of the Navy, and the question was asked, Mr. Assistant Secretary, can we have documents on how many awards that the Navy Board of Correction finds in favor of the petitioners? And what he said was what?
Not available.
That's right. He said, we don't keep that records.
Yeah, it's not available.
We don't keep that record. Of course they keep the record. It's all computerized. I on and on and on. But the bottom line is the Navy Valor Award system is a sham. And we want to prove, we have documents. We're not talking about, we're not rotten apples, sour grapes here. We have documents. Two things in considering awards. Was the battle recognized? In other words, did two guys just go out and get into a firefight and then two other guys wrote them up, right? We have the Battle of Way City, one of the most iconic battles in U.S. history. The eyewitnesses were a Medal of Honor recipient, a major general, sergeant majors. The witnesses were reliable. But the stories are, Norris Brendan is a corporal. On 31 January during Tet, he had 2 weeks left in and they said, Norris, in Vietnam, if you had already served 12 months, the Marine Corps had a 13-month cycle. You don't have to go in the field. You made it this far. So we're getting the crap kicked out of us. And they said, Norris, you don't have to go into Way. He says, I'm going. So Norris Brendan goes into Way, and he, on the first day up there, he goes out on his own and pulls 2 wounded back. The next day, right? The next day, we are being attacked in a human wave. We're at the St. Joan of Arc School. We are being attacked in a human wave. Norris Brendan centers himself into the window and personally thwarts or slows down, whatever word you want to say, that human wave attack. He got written up for a Silver Star. Guess what he got? A Navy commendation. So a Navy commendation is something end of tour was. So we went up to Minnesota. His family, you know, he was killed. He was at the window. He got shot right through the head, and his family had no communication with him. But we went up 2 months ago to Minnesota, and we had a big presentation of the Navy Commendation Award. And for the first time, I read it, and it actually said the enemy was 30 feet away from Norris when he repelled the attack, and he got a Navy Commendation Medal. Sergeant Burkhart got nothing. The one that was shot through the neck got nothing, 0. They said that your dates were confused, and you only had one eyewitness statement. I know I'm
I don't
I-
understand.
I'm appalled.
I'm just,
I
yeah.
am. It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
You know, and you can't sue the government. They have qualified immunity.
Yep.
That's right.
But we're looking into it.
We need a Jim Jordan on this.
Congress won't touch this now. It won't touch it because, okay, you want to get angry again?
Oh gosh.
I'm already steaming, but go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, do it.
We were so mad that we said we want an investigation. So it couldn't be the Navy because they'd be investigating Secretary of the Navy. So we wrote to the Department of Defense and we laid out 10 pages, 15 pages. Please investigate this. And I looked at their criteria. It said any credible accusation they will investigate. And we put in there, it's important that the Department of Defense investigate and not the Department of the Navy.
Yeah. They handed
Okay,
it
so
over.
immediately they sent it to the Navy.
Mhm.
And I get a email from this Mr. Toots, who's a investigator with the Navy Inspector General. He said it was 8:00 in the morning or something. He said we received the referral from the Department of Defense, and we will investigate. 4:00 that afternoon,
They investigated and concluded.
that we are referring this. We've concluded our investigation. Okay, this gets even better. And we're referring this to the Council of Review Boards, CORB, for the Secretary of the Navy. All right. Let me give it this. Okay, the Council of Review Board. Guess who's on the Council of Review Board?
That guy with a name that starts with an N.
Yeah, he's on it.
Nearly is on that.
And yeah, and
So he's going to be investigating himself.
yeah, and
Oh,
and
Jesus
the
Christ.
person he sent all these memos to
It's on it too.
is on it too.
Nick.
No, well, Nick's under that. He's the head of the Navy Board of Correction.
Okay.
He's going to have buddies. We said this is conflict of interest. They won't answer it. They will not answer. General Smith wrote letters. They won't answer any letter. They're just
Wow. Unacceptable.
yeah. But what do we do?
It's a good question. What's next?
Can't vote them out.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, but they don't serve terms, do they?
We're going to have to get this in no offense, a national media.
Yes, it does need to be
Yes.
national
Yeah,
media.
it needs
Totally agree.
And we're working. We don't want to do anything. The commissioning of the John Canley is, we think, 17 February.
Okay.
After
Great.
that date,
Katie bars the door.
yeah. After that date, I'm going to do what we decided is we have Sergeant Major Eddie Neese, and if we don't get any satisfaction anywhere, we are taking Sergeant Major Neese. He's going to get naked, and we're chaining him to the White House gate
Oh, okay.
just for attention.
I understand.
And if you've ever seen Eddie naked, that will get attention.
I'd really prefer not to, but
No, but what do we? My point is, we're
what else can you do? Yeah.
we need to meet. We need Congress to say we don't need a congressional hearing. We need a congressional inquiry to decide if we need a congressional hearing. We need congressmen that are veterans. You can't talk to a congressman. Try that. Other than Murphy. Try calling a congressman that's not Greg Murphy.
I know.
2024. They need to get involved.
They're all running for re-election in
Mhm.
2024.
That might be a great time.
435 of them are up.
It might be a great time for me to go on some kind of circuit. I don't know, where public, I don't know, a naked Eddie Neese in every city, capital city in the country.
Wow.
It needs to be on 2 of the cable networks, and it needs to be on 3 of the other networks.
People should be angry that your Valor Award system's rigged. People, you don't have, it's a sham. You have one man controlling all the decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that happens, first of all, when it went to this independent Navy Board of Correction, he should have let them make a decision.
Yeah.
He sent them a thing before they decided. to his friend Nick. It's how he addressed it. Hey, Nick, we recommend you deny petitioners.
You got that.
Oh, yeah, we got it. We got letters. We got documents. We got everything. What good is it?
Sad. So sad.
We got letters.
You're way beyond probable cause on this one.
Yeah, we got a note, an unofficial note where nearly goes into detail, and so the Navy Board of Correction, I think I said this, their official rejection had him quoted. They shouldn't have had that memo. Evidently, he told them what all his feelings were. Mm-hmm. They didn't even bother to investigate. They just used his rejection. This independent board didn't look at it. They used his exact words to officially reject it.
They didn't even read it. Nothing but his note.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't read anything but his note to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The way we treat our veterans.
910-333-0139. We're going to take a break to some weather. If you got a question, you got a comment, if you want to express some displeasure.
There are veterans out there.
Just keep it as clean as you can. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Your Christmas classic station. We'll be right back.
It's the season of giving, which means a visit to Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, right here in Jacksonville. Select a gift that will keep on giving long after Christmas. Right now, save up to 40% on in-store merchandise, including showcase jewelry, featuring pendants, diamond rings, diamond fashion bands, gemstone rings, and earrings. Need money for the holidays? Barnes Diamond Gallery pays top dollar for gold and silver. Major credit cards accepted and layaway available. Hurry and save 40% on in-store merchandise right now. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Saturday.
Merry Christmas from our family to yours. Barnes Diamond Gallery.
At Sound Furniture and Appliance, they are proud to have been in the furniture and appliance business since 1965, and their goal is to continue to offer the best products and services to their customers at exceptional prices throughout the holidays. Whether you are furnishing your residence, beach house, condo, or office year-round, or are looking for a festive look for the holidays, Sound Furniture and Appliance has the furnishings to fit any budget, style, and taste. Their sales and design teams offer professional and personal service with product and fabric selection. Sound Furniture Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, carries name brands such as Sealy, Lazy Boy, and appliances by Sub-Zero, Wolf, Code, and Hajizaki. Financing and local delivery is available. Sound Furniture Appliance asks you to join them in remembering all military men and women this holiday season. Sound Furniture Appliance, wishing you the best for the holidays and the upcoming new year. Sound Furniture Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6 p.m. and 8:30 to 5:30 on Saturday. Phone 252-393-8130 for Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint it, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. If you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Mitsubishi pre-owned car or truck, look no further than Bob Mills Mitsubishi, 2150 North Marine Boulevard. Because at Bob Mills Mitsubishi, they give it away and guarantee all their customers financing. At Bob Mills, there is no high pressure, no smoke and mirrors, or running back and forth to a sales manager. Buying a new Mitsubishi or quality pre-owned car or truck should be a fun experience, and that's what you'll have at Bob Mills Mitsubishi, 2150 North Marine Boulevard in Jacksonville, because they give it away.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey, Frank, I know you're there, so don't go away. We definitely want to talk with you right now. Tideline Marine is closed today. They're closed every Monday. But the team will be back at work tomorrow beginning at 8:30. Plan on stopping in to check out the deals on new boats. And John, you may want to get you a new boat. I need to show you a very plush one tomorrow. The plushest pontoon boat you've ever seen. Oh,
I got a pontoon. Why would I want to
wait till you go and get aboard this one. You won't believe it. Go on by and take out a look at it, and also check out the fishing tackle that could make perfect stocking stuffers for the anglers on your shopping list. Don't forget this. There is a gift store upstairs at Tideline, and everything is going at special prices. A gentle reminder, if you have one of those inboard, outboard Merc cruisers, it's probably a good time to get a properly winterized. If you don't, the inboard outboards have a tendency to hold water through the winter. Water freezes, it expands, and there goes your block, and you're going to have a problem, and that's going to be about $8,000 to $10,000 to replace it. If your old motor or boat trailer is causing you too much grief, you're just tired of it, it might be the time to get a replacement. Check with George or Todd to see what they have in stock. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Today offshore, northwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, becoming westerly 15 to 20 in the afternoon. Seas only 2 to 4 feet, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop, becoming a little choppier this afternoon. Tomorrow, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming northeasterly around 5 knots in the afternoon. Beautiful day tomorrow, 2 to 3 footers. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, becoming flat in the afternoon. And Wednesday, not so good. Northwesterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts up to 25, increasing to 20 to 25 with gusts at 35 knots in the afternoon. 3 to 5 footers, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon.
Today it's going to start off cloudy like it is now, but then it's going to become sunny with a high of 68. Tonight clear, low of 40. Tomorrow sunny, high of 61. Tomorrow night clear, low of 37. And on Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 53. Winds 18 to 14 miles an hour, but it will have gusts as high as 20 miles an hour on Wednesday. And Wednesday night is going to be frosty with cold of the 29. Right? That's a yikes.
Yep. Yikes.
29.
Yeah.
29 on Wednesday night. And I know John had something he wanted to say real quick.
You do.
Yeah, real quickly. I think Robin brought up the issue. Valor Awards, first of all, in Vietnam, we didn't have computers, so they were written up. But General Smith found 30 or 300 Valor Awards in a footlocker, never turned in. It was not uncommon for Valor Awards to get missing in the rare area. Gunny Canley's Navy Cross was missing for 2 years, and they had to write it up again. And there was a recent Medal of Honor recipient, Army Paris. His Medal of Honor award got lost 3 times. So it was not unusual because there was some jealousy from between the guys in the field and the guys.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's all I.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Frank. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Rayford. I just came in the middle of your show here, and what you're discussing is kind of similar to what I've been going through for years. And the gentleman there, and I'm sorry,
John Legato.
John, good morning, sir. And I know what you're going through. The government definitely is not your friend when it comes to any military person that I'm aware of. But as far as getting awards or accommodations, it's hard to do. That's what I was involved with was many years ago, and what we were involved with was some secret experimentation stuff. And Rayford knows a little about this, but we were guaranteed awards and special accommodations and never got it. And many years later down the road, we tried to do that, and I did contact Congressman Murphy's office, and there weren't much he could do because what they demand is letters from your people that was in your unit or your commanding officer. And of course, they've all been dead. This has been 50 or 60 years ago. They make it very hard for you to get anything like that. So what I'm talking about probably relates more to the VA, but in a lawsuit that took us 10 years, we did beat the Department of the Army and the VA and DOJ. But what we got was we made the government locate the guys who went through the experiments and guarantee them health care. But they were only they were only obligated for a 5-year period, and then it's all over and done with. And of course, as he knows, you can't sue the government. So I'm aware of what he's going through.
Well, you can sue the government under certain things if they acted outside the color of their authority, which I think in this case they did. But you're right. It's very difficult. But if there's any attorney listening out there that wants to take this on pro bono, call Rayford.
Well, in answer to that, and I did, there was another win for the veterans this year, Taylor versus McDonough. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. It took this guy about 7 years, but it went through the VA, started the VA. First it was accepted, then it was denied, and it went all the way to 11-judge panel. And I think 9 out of the 11 agreed. This was about back pay because of the secrecy oath that we signed, and they violated our constitutional rights. And they did win. So, this is pertaining to anybody listening that was in any kind of covert operation or signing secrecy oath before you could get back pay. But this lawsuit guaranteed back pay if you sign secrecy oath to the day you get out of service. You can look it up. It's Taylor versus McDonough. But as far as the awards and for valor and such, it's hard, very hard to get, especially if you're talking 50 years ago.
Yeah. We had some good eyewitnesses, though, and we had the Battle of Way. So, you would think that would be taken into consideration. And that's the other thing. Like there were statements in there of human wave attacks. But it's documented. But what's going on is the people back are much younger. And some of them served, and they think that the term human wave attack couldn't have happened because
they don't understand
They
it.
don't understand it. So you have this guy, Corporal Brendan, who shouldn't have been there. He's put himself, he thwarts an attack 30 yards away the enemy, according to their documents. And they gave him a Navy Commendation Medal. I mean,
well, there's a lawyer in Utah that has taken up our claims, and he is very military oriented also. And I can give you his phone number. And the people that took our first case, and they did take it pro bono, with Morrison and Forrester out of St. Louis. Out of San Francisco, California, the Ninth Circuit Court. But that's been years ago, and the lawyer that was handling that was a fighter, a champion for the veterans. He since passed away. But Mark Jones is very, very military minded, and he might would talk to you. I'll send the phone number later on. I'll text and give it to Rayford.
Yep.
Because they don't listen to nothing except an attorney, and it lots of times they drag it out till you're dead, and that's what they try to do with us. There were 7,000 of us that went through drug experimentation in Edgewood, Maryland, and we were guaranteed to be called back for a medical treatment follow-up, and we never. We did a 2-month stay there where they did a lot of stuff. I'm not going into that, but it was at Edgewood, Maryland. But I'll send that phone number, and you can call him. He will definitely talk to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, just text it to me when you get a chance.
I will. I'll do it right now, Rayford. And
All right.
thank you so much, and good luck on your endeavors. And I wish you the best.
Thank you.
So, thank you, and you have a good day, Rayford. All you guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate what
Frank.
you do.
Thanks, Frank.
Appreciate it, Frank. I've known Frank for a long time, for a long, long time, back to our school days. And he's a local guy, and he joined the Army, and he did that tour during that period of time as well. So let's take our break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call David Hall, State Farm, 910-455-0440, 1218 Country Club Road, Jacksonville. Barker Electrical Corporation, located at 3163 New Bern Highway, Jacksonville, takes this time to say thank you for your past patronage and wishes you and yours a safe and happy holiday season. Barker Electrical Technology Corporation has proudly been serving the electrical needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2002, specializing in residential, commercial, and heavy industrial work. Barker Electrical Technology can handle repairs for existing homes, hot tubs, swimming pools, pool houses, control systems, and exterior structures. Fully licensed and bonded, Barker Electrical Technology is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Phone 910-358-2187. Online at barker-electrical.com.
Hurricane season is here, and if you're not prepared, now's the time to visit Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Moorhead Plaza in Moorhead City. Whether for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Williams Hardware has the tools and accessories to help protect against high winds and water. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies. Williams Hardware, your helpful, handy hardware store, also cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington Grill for Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Moorhead Plaza in Moorhead City. Williams Hardware is open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158, and be prepared this hurricane season.
The holiday travel season is almost here, and if you need automotive service before hitting the highways or just regular maintenance, Cedar Point Tire, the best automotive shop in Cedar Point, is here for you. Cedar Point Tire is more than just a tire store. They offer fast auto service from tune-ups to flat tire repair and all alignment and suspension services too. Cedar Point Tire, they carry all the major name brand tires, so they likely have your preference. It's simple. For all automotive service and tires, call 252-393-3188 or visit Cedar Point Tire, the best automotive shop in Cedar Point, 1083 Cedar Point Boulevard. Cedar Point Tire thanks you for your past patronage and wishes you and yours the best holiday season and a happy new year. Come ride with us this holiday season.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Great Gas and Oil Company. And of course, Wismart and Chappie's Chicken, located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville. And 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenience for gas, cold beverages, and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're in a hurry, get it all. Gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back. And thanks to Frank for calling in here. And thanks to John for coming in here this morning with this disturbing revelations.
I'm depressed.
I had no idea.
Yes.
I wouldn't think that people that were veterans would treat our veterans like that.
There's no transparency or due process. And you know what's funny about this? Criminals have a lot of due process.
Yes.
They have, they have discovery. Well, we don't have discovery. They won't send anything through FOIA.
Right.
We don't have discovery, but they won't do anything to embarrass themselves. But we don't have the ability to appeal. We do, but it's a sham. So in other words, the person that convicted us is the person that will hear the appeal. Now, how is that fair? Especially since this Navy Board of Correction is supposed to be independent, and they get a letter. The president of the Navy Board of Correction gets a letter from his boss, James Nearly, saying, we highly recommend, or you deny petition, before the Navy Board met. Now, it's undue influence at minimum. But I believe, and I don't have anything, I'd have to talk to an attorney that Nearly acted outside the scope of his duties.
Oh, yeah.
And might not be covered by
Well, we know that undue influence is not that. This is still military. Undue influence in any military organization is that'll get you sanctioned.
Is sanctioned?
Get you nailed. I mean,
evidently not
supposed to.
Yeah. Oh, it's a classic case of undue influence. He sends a letter to this other guy before anyway, and I can't get into that till after.
How many? There have been cases, court-martial cases, where somebody on the outside would send a note to the, the Judge Advocacy General, whatever it is, to the JAG guys on the court and tell them how to rule.
Of course.
That's undue influence. And we've seen what happens.
You should lose your qualified immunity.
Yeah.
You should. I don't know. I'm going to look into that. I was reviewing Supreme Court cases, and it's a narrow window. Not likely, but we will do everything we can. And I think the Navy, if anybody's out there can get word to the Navy, we will continue to fight this till we are dead. That not only us, but the relative, 3 of the veterans that were nominated for awards are dead. One was a quadriplegic the remainder of his days. The other one got shot right through the head. And the third one died years later of Agent Orange. Anyway, but the parents, the children, the nieces and nephews, we will fight this. And you can't win. Well, I shouldn't say that. The government usually wins, right?
Yep.
But we're gonna fight it to the end. My end.
I got another name that just hit me here too. He's a local attorney, retired Marine. Was JAG. I don't know if he's taking anything other than murder cases right now, but I will find out. I'm gonna give you his name. He's local. He'll talk to you.
I think he just represented somebody I know. I know you're talking about a JAG attorney that's, yeah. Irish name, what's his name?
Scott Jack.
Yeah, well, his partner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, his partner is also, but Scott is too, yeah.
You know
Oh,
Scott.
you got Ken King
yeah, I do.
also. Same thing. He was a JAG.
There's
There's
you
a
might
few
have
of them out
some
there.
revenues right here in town.
I
Get 'em
talked to
together.
a former assistant United States attorney. I worked obviously as an FBI agent. And she said, my God, you know, like you said, there's so much evidence. But then we have corroborating evidence. You know, we have corroborating, and then we have circumstantial evidence. And so you have the smoking gun, which we have. Again, like you said, I can't imagine if an unbiased jury heard this or an unbiased board, military board, they can come to any other conclusion. The other thing that you have to consider is this James Neely is 15 years or something as the president of this board. How many other cases might he have exerted undue influence? And I think they understand that if they admit to this, they're going to have to go back and look at every case. They should.
Yes, they
absolutely
should.
they should.
Yeah, but they
Well,
won't.
I just don't understand how you can go through yourself on a bomb to protect. You go above and beyond. Wouldn't the medical documentation from putting you back together be enough to prove that you deserve it?
They had all our they had all the records. The 6 guys had 12 Purple Hearts, so that at least tells you that they were in some battle.
Yeah,
right.
But they
didn't get a splinter.
Yeah, they had all the medical documents, so they knew that there was a bunch of wounds going on. They knew the dates, which coincide with the Tet Offensive. But they don't do anything. In other words, the Navy Board of Correction was so lazy. They did not do their own investigation. They took unofficial documents and made them official. And they took them from basically their supervisor, who is the president of the Valor Award Board.
And we don't know how many documents that were actually forwarded to them, do we?
I'm telling you, if we ever get them unredacted documents, it'll be, and I don't know how you do that. I mean, you'd have to sue. I appealed to the attorney general or something, the adjutant general, and he come back and said, you kidding me? Yeah, no. They're arrogant. They are arrogant, and you can only affect them either through the media or somebody above
Apparently
them.
so.
Yeah.
So we.
What if you went and talked to a congressional committee?
Let's
You
just
can't
get
get
them
it.
together.
Trying to get them in there?
Believe me, we've explored it, and we I don't want to get into
What about
it.
the military affairs committee?
Well, they have no jurisdiction.
No, but it's publicity.
Well, after the 17th, that's when and I will ask all of you through social media. We want this out there. The advantage we have in 2023 is social media. And there are groups, Vietnam vets are online.
Yes.
Way City vets have their own group. At some point after the 17th, we are going nationwide with this. And Eddie Neese is practicing his being chained to the White House gate. He said,
I can cut a special from today's show that's just him. And we can start sharing it out there.
Yes. Yeah.
On all our social media platforms, asking other people
Absolutely.
to share too.
For sure.
you just saw something about Nearly and yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Let me go back. I had 2 different pages up. And this is where the someone is Doris Miller, president. Let me see.
They
This-
called James Nearly.
Right.
I didn't. I'm not calling you that. But I think Miss Jones did. She called you
Doris
a
Jones,
racist.
yes, called him a racist because it seemed like that there's several people that had been denied this medal of valor.
Doris Miller.
Right.
Here's
Doris Miller. And then there was another gentleman who was Asian. And they
And-
said that at the time of Doris Miller's actions, the Navy was totally segregated. How could the Navy not recognize that racism was the underlying theme?
Here's another thing. James Nearly used the exact language to reject us that he did to Doris Miller. And the language is when they brought up the systemic racism, and when Gunny appealed the 6. They stood behind this sentence. There's no new evidence. And neither of the appeals were based on new evidence. They were based, in this case, on systemic racism, and in our case, material errors and injustices.
Mm-hmm.
So, but nearly just says that sentence because it's part of the policy, but it don't apply. So this woman said, "You're a racist," and he said, "Well, you have no new evidence." And she's screaming, we're not appealing it based on new evidence. You idiot. You are a racist. I'm not calling you a racist, Jim. Was it Miss Jones is?
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to go on the record that Sergeant Major Canley is an African American.
Yeah, right.
And Doris Miller is an African American.
And I know there's people that have been working really hard on getting the same thing for Major Capers right here in Jacksonville. And it's been going year after year after year. He's also African American.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was brought up at the meeting with Congressman Murphy, from what I understand, Major Capers. And the bottom line is the Navy said, I think they said, you'd have to ask Congressman Murphy, that you can't get upped from a Silver Star to a Medal of Honor.
He was
So no,
shot
it won't happen.
13 times.
Of course you can, but if the Secretary of the Navy or the President says, "Here's what I want you to do," it's just what Nearly does. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
He took gunfire for his troops. He led those troops to safety.
Yeah. You're live in local Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only covered protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville. Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back here for the closing minutes, but I do want to remind you folks that today is the first day. It's the first day of filing. Begins at noon today.
Noontime. Excuse me. Yep.
The Board of Elections across the state. Some people will have to go to Raleigh to file, for Congress and whatever.
Right.
Some people wait till the last minute to file. That kind of goes against my grain. I say, why not file now? Because everybody that files after you, you're gonna get coverage every time that a new person is mentioned. So you will get accumulated effect.
Well, I know there's a lot of people right
And news
now
coverage.
that are just indecisive if they want to do more.
Yeah. Well,
community
here's something
service.
else. Like I've also said, I read this somewhere. Teenagers, leave home now and get a job while you know it all. I'm going to give that same advice for some of those dissidents that we have that appear before the Board of Education and the Board of County Commissioners. While you know it all, why don't you go file and run for office?
Well, I'm already disappointed in some of the people that have recently been elected in some of the areas around Onslow, and I just think 2024 is going to be even worse than what we've been dealing with.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen, so we'll see.
No,
Well,
I'm praying for goodness.
There's the county commissioner meeting is this morning at 11, and they will
That's
be
right.
electing the chair and vice
Yep.
chair. This
Yep.
morning.
Can I say something on the elections and national elections?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What makes us think that anything's going to change unless we deal with voter fraud? I mean,
You can't prove any voter fraud. Well, yes, you can, because we had people on national TV, like Illinois, I think it was. She stood out there and says, well, I voted for my grandmother. I voted for this and I voted for that because they couldn't go to the polls.
That's voter fraud. That's
But
voter fraud.
all we hear
Yeah.
are from people say, there's no voter fraud. There's no proof of it. Yes, there is.
with 2 truckload semis came in the middle of the night, those drivers with ballots or something.
Yeah.
Remember that?
There's all sorts of stuff out there. It's proven voter fraud. I cannot imagine why the DOJ hasn't jumped all over it.
That's why nobody wants to run for those big offices anymore.
FBI is weaponized now, and it's not weaponized fair. They just did some raid on somebody that didn't need a raid. I mean, like busted their door down at 4 a.m. I
It
mean,
shows good though, doesn't it?
I would just knock at the door.
Yeah.
Nonviolent people.
Or call them like we used to do and
We just
say,
call 'em,
hey,
"Come on
Joe, you got to come on down. You got to take care of this.
Yeah.
How many times has that happened? A lot.
Oh,
Saves
yeah.
everybody the trouble.
The white collar guys, I could hear them in the office saying, hey, you're going to get indicted. Come on down. We'll talk.
It's a show so often, too often, unfortunately. John, good luck on this. We will stay in touch.
Yes.
And I'm gonna put out a note on the Facebook this morning. Request any veterans or anybody who knows a veteran, family members, to who
Has
have
a valor,
stories
yeah.
to tell about a denied valor.
Yeah.
Denied valor.
Anything I can do to help, I will. Even if it's just making sandwiches for your road trip, I'll be
What
there.
you can do is join Sergeant Major Eddie Neese at the
Yes.
White House.
I would love to.
Yeah, okay.
You
hear
missed
what
it.
he's
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm going in with my camera, Rayford. She's going to do that.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be in during the wintertime, that might be a little rough.
Yeah.
Because it gets rough there at the White House during the wintertime.
Eddie's a tough sergeant major.
Yeah.
And don't forget my podcast, The John Legato
Yes.
Show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got you all over our social media today with your show and your website
Thank you.
and your books.
Oh, boy.
Books are good.
When's the next
Yeah.
one?
Well, in the next 6 months, it's
Okay.
done. It's just in that limbo period between printing.
All right. Well, good. Yep. Look forward to it.
Heck yeah.
And we, any new updates on the last muster?
No, but I have a source now, and I'll tell you about it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. John, as always, wonderful. Tell the wife I said, hey.
Always a pleasure to come on here, really. You don't have
We
me
love
on.
having
I
you.
have to
Pleasure
beg to
having
come
us.
on.
Oh, yeah. Right.
We love having you.
You're invited, open invitation. You don't have to give an
Anytime.
invitation.
Tell us.
Semper Fi.
All right, Simplify, sir.
Semper Fi. I'm not a Marine, but her daddy was.
Simplify.
So live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, your Christmas classic station. Tomorrow, we got Batman and Robin going to be in here. Her Robin and Batman is the county commission chairman. As of right now,
As of now, we'll see about
what
what's
happens in
tomorrow.
2
Does it
hours.
stay the same?
Have a great day. Be safe. We'll see you in the morning, about 22 hours or so from now.
WSME Temple